I'm finally over my ex, but I'm ashamed it took this much. Me and her met back in high school through community shows and concerts. We both had a deep love for the arts, and that's what brought us together. It felt like we just clicked. She was the first person I thought truly saw me, and that made it easy to open up to her. But over time, things changed. A year ago, we broke up because I couldn't handle the constant stress of her blaming me for everything. If she didn't do well on a test, it was somehow my fault. When I missed a rehearsal after breaking my arm, it turned into a huge fight. Breaking up was hard because I cared about her deeply. I thought she was someone I could trust with everything. I told her about my past, about how I got involved with the wrong crowd, turned to drugs and drinking, and how I cleaned myself up. Most importantly, I told her about my best friend, the person who helped pull me out of that dark place. They were the reason I found the strength to turn my life around, but I lost them not long after getting clean. Sharing that with her was one of the hardest and most vulnerable things I'd ever done. Fast forward to a few days ago. We were both at a show rehearsal. I'd worked hard and earned the main role, my dream role. She didn't get a big part, which didn't surprise me, because she hardly ever showed up to practice, always acting like she was too good to bother. I was slightly hungover that day, not enough to mess up, but just enough that someone who really knows me might notice. It wasn't because I went on some bender, but because LD had a gathering with friends the night before. I was careful not to overdo it, knowing how easy it could be for me to fall back into old habits. She came up to me out of nowhere and asked if I could help her new boyfriend get the lead role. Two things here. First, she didn't even realize I'd gotten the lead. Second, her new boyfriend is an athlete who couldn't act or sing to save his life. I told her I couldn't help because I'd earned the role, and it was my dream to play this part. That's when she lost it. She started having a go at me, saying I was hungover, so I obviously didn't care about the role. Then, she brought up my best friend, the person I lost, and said he would be ashamed of me, that he would want me to give up my role. It felt like a punch to the gut. This wasn't just someone being petty or jealous. This was someone I once loved, someone I trusted with the most painful part of my life, using my grief to try and manipulate me. In that moment, any lingering feelings I had for her disappeared. I realized I'm finally over her, but not for the right reasons. It's not because I've healed or moved on naturally, it's because she showed me who she really is. I am ashamed because it took her using the memory of who I cared about most against me. I'm ashamed that the one person I trusted with his memory was such a bad person.